Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. This is my first video, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how I started a poultry business with no money or very limited funds and grew my business bigger. I'll be explaining everything I did step by step, so watch the video till the end so that you don't miss out on anything, especially if you're interested in venturing into poultry farming and you have no money or you have very limited funds. I wanted to do poultry farming, but I was discouraged. People told me, if you start a poultry business, you're going to lose money, you'll go broke. And they gave me relevant examples and I got convinced. So I got discouraged. I backed down from the idea and I decided to use the materials I had bought to construct the chicken coop for something else, and even went ahead to divert the funds I had planned for the chicken business into other investments. One day, a relative of mine who broods chicken showed up at our home with a few chicken. And at this point, I did not want even to hear about the idea of poultry farming because I had been convinced enough that it won't work out. So, when he arrived, we decided that we were going to take just a few chicken for eggs and meat, and that was it. But then, we wondered where we would keep these chicken because we didn't have any chicken coop. So, he advised us that we could put them in any room that we had available. We had a room in our boys' quarter, so we decided to put the chicken in there. These are the birds you're seeing in the background at 1 month old. I decided I was going to keep these birds on semi-free range system for quality eggs and quality meat. That means I gave them the feed they were supposed to consume for the day, but let them out for a few hours to pick up on the bugs, grass, stones, and anything else that they would find on the outside. Apart from store-bought feed, the other feeds I gave to them to cut on feed cost and also to help them grow larger and lay quality eggs. If you stay on this channel, I'm going to be sharing with you all those tips, and they're really helpful, inexpensive, or even free of charge. Stay tuned. Thank you. At this point, my birds were 2 months old and they were really big, and you could even slaughter one and have it because they really looked big and healthy. They had meat already. Watch till the end and I'm going to tell you how I managed to do this without money or limited funds. Thank you. Point number 1, start small. In my case, it wasn't intentional to start small, but it happened, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me because I had given up on poultry farming. If you start small, it gives you leverage to understand your birds, to watch them carefully one by one, to know their needs, and above all, to be able to sustain them. Here, my birds were 3 months old, and they were looking really good. Even the camera did not do them justice. Point number 2, the breed you choose is really important. First of all, a breed that can be kept under all conditions. For example, if you want to keep them on semi-free range system or even free range system, you need to choose a breed that can really withstand all that. And if you choose a breed that is easy to maintain, that is disease resistant, it will help you to save money. I chose a very good breed, and that way I didn't have to spend any money on medicine or anything of a kind. Point number 3, you can supplement the commercial feed with whatever feed you have at home. For example, here you can watch me feeding my birds with maize. I actually picked it fresh from the garden and it's mixed with some sunflower seeds which were also still fresh. So you can always supplement your feed with other food. Like in the previous clip where you saw them feeding on cocoyam leaves, cocoyam stalks, and some other weed. Even some fresh matoke or bananas. Furthermore, on the feed, you can always plant your own maize if you have land, and even sunflower and soybean. But if you don't have land, you can always buy the maize during the harvesting season because the maize is very cheap during that season. That way you'll store it properly and just have to buy concentrate or premix to make a complete but affordable feed for your chicken. I'll be doing a detailed video on how I manage this. Kindly stay tuned. Point number 4. Always try to prevent diseases. Throughout my journey, I've not had to treat any diseases. All I've done is to prevent them. Poultry medicine is really expensive. And if you go that route when you're at the beginning of your poultry farming journey, trust me, you will run away from the business. So what I did, I made sure I prevent diseases before they could even attack my birds. I have not administered anything to my birds. Even now that I have larger numbers, I do not administer anything. I prevent the diseases. This has helped me to save a lot of money and also produce quality organic eggs and meat. Not forgetting increasing my profit margin. I know you're surprised by the fact that I raise my chicken on free range. Yes, they go out, they pick up some stuff, they even drink from some dirty water, they mingle with the birds that are raised from outside totally, but they never get sick because I give them some herbs or remedies that keep them away from any diseases. And some of those are dewormers, which are natural and organic. Follow me on this channel and you will learn a lot more about this. Thank you. Furthermore, on prevention of diseases, I make sure that my biosecurity is top-notch. Yes, I do. Much as my chicken feed from outside and all that, I make sure that a place where they stay is very clean, and I also wash their drinkers twice a day, in the morning and in the evening, before I put anything for them. I change their litter quite often, and I also turn it every other 2 days to make sure that everything is in order and they are comfortable where they stay. This prevents diseases, plus keeping away pests. I keep away all the pests, including mice, snakes, and rats that also carry diseases with them. Talking of eggs, this was my very first egg and I was overjoyed. There is nothing that gives a farmer satisfaction than seeing their first fruit. Are you finding value in this video? Kindly give it a like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell because a lot of informative, educative content is about to come up on this channel. Don't miss out. Point number 5, use what is readily available to you. If you're starting poultry farming with limited funds, don't go fancy right at the beginning. Start small and you'll get better and bigger as you go. In this case, I'm talking about the chicken coop, the feeders, or even the drinkers. In my case, you see, I was using improvised feeders, as you can see in the background. These feeders you're seeing, we already had them at the farm. Our cows were using them to eat their salt. And so when they stopped using them, we kept them. And here they were serving as my chicken feeders. You could use anything else you have. Something like you could cut jerry cans or DIY some feeders using materials you already have. As you can see in the background, I bought only drinkers because, yeah, I could afford the drinkers, so I got them. As for the chicken coop, I started small, raising my birds in one of the rooms in our boys' quarters. And at this point, I had already fallen in love with the business and I was ready to kick off my poultry farming journey. And so I set up a proper chicken coop. In the coming videos, I'll be sharing how I did all this. At this point, I had also constructed a laying box because I had already seen my first egg. And my birds had already started laying even much more eggs. I'll be sharing a video of how I made this laying box. Point number 6, which is also very important. When you're starting your poultry business, whether you have the money or not, be hands-on. Start the business yourself or get involved directly, at least at the beginning, and first learn how things work, and then you can bring in other people to help you. That way you will know your business in and out, what your business needs and what it doesn't need, your output and your input, and you'll be able to run the business without a lot of issues or people taking advantage of you. The goal in all this is money. And so that leads us to point number 7. I ensured there was ready market for my products. That way I did not have to spend more that I did not have. Ensure you have market for your products even before you start the business. Because if you do not have the market, the birds will sit at home and they'll be eating through your pocket. And we do not want that. Remember, we do not have enough money. And if they're eggs, they'll sit at home and go bad. So make sure you have market for your products before you even start. In fact, I sold each one of my cocks at 50,000 Uganda shillings. You can convert it into your currency to see how much I got. And people loved them because they were grass-fed. They were feeding from outside. After they grew older, I increased their time outside and they were really good. By raising my chicken free range, I got good money for the eggs as well because I added value in them with things that did not cost me anything. Would you like to know what those things are? Like the video, subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Don't let people discourage you if you want to do something. Always have faith in yourself and try to start small so that you learn the do's and the don'ts of the business firsthand. I believed in myself, I beat assumptions, I conquered my fears, I learned, and I built a very strong foundation for my poultry business with the best poultry farming practices, tested and proven by experience. At this point, I was well versed with the business and so I decided to expand. If you would like to walk my expansion journey with me, see the tricks I used to increase production, prevent diseases, and so much more, leave me a comment, like the video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. With this, you'll get notified each time I post a new video. If you've watched up to this point, I really appreciate you. Like the video and leave me a comment and tell me what you think. Thank you for watching. May God bless you. We meet in the next one.